Coming up on the Suze Orman Show. I'm going to be talking to you about something you need to get, but you still don't get it. And I don't get why you don't get it. Also, you have spent $58,000 on jewelry. What happened? And you ask me, can I afford it?
I would love to buy a beautiful 2011 ruby red Porsche Carrera. Expenses are a little high. They're $19,689 a month.
Stop. Hi, everybody. I'm Suze Orman, and you are watching The Suze Orman Show. Tonight, I want to talk to you about life insurance. I've been trying to talk to you about life insurance for a long time, and when I'm sitting here saying to you, you don't get it, I seriously mean you still just don't get it. So many of you don't understand why you need it, so you don't get it. So many of you don't understand about beneficiaries and your children and who you're leaving your life insurance to. You just don't get it. And this topic is so seriously important that I need you to get it. So can you just do me a favor? Sit down. Really concentrate on what I'm about to tell you. Because what I'm about to tell you, you need to get once and for all. Do you hear me? Let's talk about the need for life insurance. Life insurance was never meant to be a permanent need. It was never meant to be there for your whole life. It was meant to be there during your younger years so that before you had a chance to build up your assets, to pay off your home, whatever it may be, that if something happened prior to when it should happen, when you're older, those who are dependent on you financially speaking would be okay. How much life insurance should you have? A lot of you, if you do get life insurance, you go, oh, $100,000 is enough. I don't need more than that. It'll get me through. You need to figure out that if you have $50,000 a year of income, and that income supports a family, and something happens to you, $100,000 of life insurance will only get your family by 2 years. That may not be long enough. So you need enough life insurance to generate, once it's invested, $50,000 a year of income. The easiest way for you to figure out how much you need is to take the $50,000 that you need, times it by 25, and that's how much life insurance you get. But you need to have far more life insurance in most cases than you probably have right now. What kind of life insurance? In my opinion, the only kind you should get is term insurance. Whole life, universal life, or variable life, again, in my opinion, absolutely unnecessary, so very expensive. Please look into term insurance. For how long should you have term insurance? Until your youngest child is in their 20s. After that, they'll be okay. You should be okay. Just think about that. Next, can we talk about what you need to know about beneficiaries of your term life insurance policies or any life insurance? So many times I walk up to you, I go, do you have insurance? And you go, oh yeah, Suze, you'd be so proud of me. And I go, who's your beneficiary? And you go, my husband. I go, what happens if something happens to your husband and he's no longer here? Oh, my kids. How old are your kids? Oh, 3 months, 5 years. When are you going to get that children cannot inherit money if they're minors? So if you have a 3-month-old as the beneficiary of your life insurance policy, the first thing is, what was your life insurance agent thinking about if you got it through a life insurance agent to even allow that to happen? But if that were the case, then you die, that money goes into a blocked account, and it's going to be a big hassle to get that child to be able to get that insurance because he or she is too young. So the best thing you can do is have either a living revocable trust be the beneficiary, an irrevocable life insurance trust if you have a lot of life insurance so you don't have to pay estate tax on it. There's so much for you to know about life insurance, and life insurance is absolutely essential. So you need to go out there, look at the quoting services that are there, see if you can find a great life insurance policy for a little bit of money. Term insurance is so cheap, it's not even funny. And can you just do me a favor? Can you just finally get it? Let's go to Maine. And Rosemary, you are on the Suze Orman Show.
Hello.
Hello, Rosemary. What can I do for you tonight?
I just want to thank you for taking my question.
Anytime.
Well, I just purchased a home with my boyfriend. His job doesn't provide like a group life insurance plan or anything like that. And since he's a smoker and he's over 50, the best quotes I can get for term life insurance, like 15 years, $250,000 policy, is just under $200 a month. And we need the insurance, or we need some protection. Are there any other options for us?
Yeah, get your boyfriend to stop smoking.
Working on it.
I'm not joking about that, because it's not just his life insurance that's going to be more expensive. It's his health insurance. It's his all kinds of insurance that you're going to have to deal with there. So if they're coming back at $200 a month for just $250,000 of insurance, and how old is he?
He'll be 51 this month.
All right, so here's what I would advise. Rather than getting a 15-year level term policy, because he is in his 50s, which brings him into his 60s, so it starts to get a little more expensive, why not just for now do a 5-year level term or an annually renewable term, get him to stop smoking, get him to lose weight, get him to do whatever it is that he needs to do to get himself really healthy, so that then you can put on a little bit longer of a term insurance policy at not such an expensive rate. Elena, coming to us tonight from California. Girlfriend, what can I do for you?
Hi, Susie. Nice to speak with you.
Thank you.
Over the past several years, my husband's been in and out of work. I've been the one that's been stable and paid all the bills and support the family and the children. And he's just increasingly become more and more as if he's given up altogether.
Yeah.
And every time I try to talk to him about anything financial, he's very defensive. And it's become very difficult. So my question is kind of twofold. How do I communicate with him?
Yeah.
And if he won't communicate, then what do I do to protect myself and my children, for our future?
So, want to know something funny? This is not unusual. I don't get it. Men do not pop back as quick as women. Women will do anything. They'll work 3 jobs, 5 jobs. You don't care if you're a waitress, a bartender. It doesn't matter. As long as you are bringing in the money to take care of the children, you'll do it. Men, on the other hand, I have noticed, this is just my observation, no scientific analysis here, that when men lose a job, they don't like to go back to work for less, their ego gets hurt, and they start to go into the spiraling of down, 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 down. And it's very difficult for them to get up. But the question has to be asked and answered. What are you doing to allow him to stay down there? Could you answer that for me?
Yeah, I'm paying all the bills.
Yeah, so he's got to do something. He's got to he doesn't get access to money. He doesn't get to just stay at home and be a bum. It's not an option. So you have to start talking with him, obviously not to him, because he doesn't need another mother saying, yeah, because then he'll really retreat. But he's got to become a viable part of this family. Now, you're asking me what other options if he doesn't do it. That says to me, now you be honest, have you even thought about divorce?
Yes.
And if you're thinking about divorce, does he know that you're thinking about divorce?
No.
He needs to know that you're thinking about divorce. What you think you need to say. What you say you eventually do. He needs to get that this has gotten so bad that you have literally been thinking about, I'd rather divorce you than watch you just die right here without even trying. I am going to take care of my family at all costs. And if you don't want to be a part of it, here's what's coming down the pike. How long have you been married?
16 years.
16 years. So Social Security is fine. Everything is fine there. You just need to think about, how do you protect yourself? You protect yourself by knowing how much money you have, knowing where the income comes, knowing where everything is. So in case you leave, you're not leaving without any credit cards. You're not leaving without any money. You're leaving with what you should leave with. You need to talk with him and tell him your thoughts, girlfriend. And if you thinking about divorce doesn't change his actions, you know what's about to happen, right? You have spent $58,000 on jewelry. The problem isn't that you're spending money on jewelry. The problem is, and later, in wanting something, ask me, can I afford it?
I want to take the summer off so that I can work on my music career and generate more income from DJing.
So, Gingy, are you good at it?
I am good at it, Susie. Money is a tool to keep my dreams going. From my survival, I keep my income flowing. Self-sufficient artist, I gotta work the hardest. Change my game up, I gotta work smarter.
Welcome back, everybody. Tonight, a Susie intervention for a self-proclaimed jewelry addict. I love Susie interventions anyway. Claudia lives in New York. She's 60, long divorced, and has an adult daughter living in California. She works as a vocational consultant, and Claudia originally wrote in to be on the Can I Afford It segment. But she's agreed to come in for a one-on-one because she knows she has a problem when it comes to shopping, and I have to tell you, she does. First of all, Claudia, welcome to the Suze Orman Show. And let's start here. When you wrote in for the Can I Afford It segment, what was it that you wanted to buy?
Yellow diamond earrings.
And so...
Hoop earrings.
Not a big deal about earrings, hoop earrings. How much were they?
They're about $3,000 and change.
All right, so people have written into the Suze Orman Show wanting to buy $3,000 earrings, a $40,000 watch, whatever. What, though, was it that made my producers talk to you and say with you, this isn't just a Can I Afford It segment about one pair of earrings. Tell me about your jewelry addiction.
Ever since around 2004, 2005, when I relocated from San Francisco to New York City, I really started to accumulate a lot of jewelry, like rings and rings, more than I could ever, possibly want to wear.
All right, so let's just quickly take a look at all the jewelry that you have purchased since approximately 2005. Let's roll it on the screen for everybody. As you can see, from 2005 to 2007, not so bad, my dear Claudia. You only spent $3,300, $3,400 on jewelry. Okay, I get that. Now we go to 2008, and now all of a sudden we've jumped to $24,000 that year that you spent in jewelry. Now 2009, and here we are back down to about $4,100. Now 2010, we've jumped up again to $16,000. And here we are 2011. You spent another $10,000. So you haven't really purchased much jewelry, if any, this year, but in total, you have purchased about $60,000 in jewelry, correct?
Correct.
Why do you think that's a problem?
Because I'm 60 years old and it's time to get serious.
So we've just seen that you have spent $58,000 on jewelry, and you've obviously come on to the Suze Orman Show because you're saying to me, Susie, please help me. I know I need to stop buying jewelry. I know I need to start taking this money and start saving it for my future because I'm now older and I want to be okay. I want to shine inside as well as outside. Is that why you came on the Suze Orman Show?
Yes.
All right, here's what I noticed as I was going through all of your paperwork. I noticed that you've done pretty well for yourself. You're a woman who has currently about $260,000 in retirement. You have about $170,000 in an emergency fund. You have almost $400,000 in investments. You have some credit card debt, but overall, you're doing really great. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, what happened to this woman who was saving money, putting money aside, making sure everything was okay? And then all of a sudden, something snapped. And in 2005, she starts buying jewelry, and she never did that before. What happens? Because here's the point, Claudia, and everybody who's watching right now. When we start doing something with our money that isn't normal, we start spending money on things that we never spent it before, you have to look at yourself and go, what happened? With you, it's really easy. You had a heart attack in 2004. You were smoking then, you had a heart attack, you had, bypass surgery, and there you see your life, and it kind of goes in front of you, and then you go, you know what, I'm gonna live my life because I don't know if I'm gonna be around anymore to live this in the next few years. Am I ringing true so far?
Yes.
All right, so now you have this happening. And so you continue to spend money, but what really shocks me is that you started to smoke a little bit ago. You started to spend, once again, almost $400 a month on cigarettes, even though you had bypass surgery and you experienced a heart attack, almost, in my opinion, that you don't want to live. You want to do things that end your life so that you can buy jewelry and do things, because it doesn't matter, because you're never going to live long enough to experience money. Do you get what I'm saying to you, girlfriend?
Yes.
Why did you choose to start smoking again?
I don't know. When I stopped for 3.5 years, I thought after this face with death that I would never smoke again.
All right, so here's the thing. The problem isn't that you're spending money on jewelry. The problem is you aren't loving who you aren't liking who you are, and you are taking actions to literally kill yourself. Financially speaking, here's what I would do if I were you. I would, from this day forward, stand in my truth. You currently owe money on a medical bill, and you're paying $1,700 a month on that. You're also paying $250 a month towards credit card debt. You're spending $336 a month on cigarettes, and you're spending approximately $666 a month on jewelry. You have income of $4,083 a month take home. Your expenses are $6,737 a month. You are literally spending more money than you are taking home. So you are taking $2,500 a month out of savings and investments and income that way to pay your expenses. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take money from your emergency fund and pay off your medical bill. I want you to pay off your credit card debt. I want you to stop smoking, just listen to me, and I want you to stop buying jewelry. That will reduce your expenses to $3,785 a month. Now you are living within your means. Got that? Your income is paying for your expenses, and it gives you an extra, $200 or $300 a month that you can save for retirement. Then you can let all of your money grow again, so that when you are older and do need to retire, you will have the money to do so. It's very simple. We know what triggered you. We know you had a heart attack. We know that's when you started to spend money irrationally, but you can no longer stay irrational. Do you think you have what it takes to do that?
Yes, I do.
Then go ahead and do it. Up next, you can't afford to miss. Can I afford it?
We'd like to take a once-in-a-lifetime family trip to Lake Como to celebrate my mother's 60th birthday.
60, does that seem old to you?
No, it seems very young.
That's good, that was the right answer. Also,
I would love to buy a beautiful 2011 ruby red Porsche Carrera.
And at a time that you have $11,000 a month less than what you need, that is the time that you want to spend $100,000 on a car?
Yes.
What do you want to buy?
Family trip to Lake Como.
Ruby red Porsche Carrera.
A Michelle watch.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Can I Afford It segment. This is where you call in. You tell me what it is you want to buy. Now, listen, I don't make a judgment on the things you want to buy. Some of you want to buy just crazy things. I don't judge that. All I do is I decide for you if you can afford it or not. Let's see what you want to buy tonight. Courtney, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Courtney. What do you want to buy?
I just wanted to say first that my husband and I love you, and we watch you every Saturday night.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. But you can't butter me up. You can either afford it or you can't. So, girlfriend, what do you want to buy?
Okay, we would like to take a once-in-a-lifetime family trip to Lake Como to celebrate my mother's 60th birthday.
60. Does that seem old to you?
No, it seems very young.
That's good. That was the right answer, girlfriend. Anyway, show me the money.
Okay, we have a combined monthly income of $11,840.
Yeah.
Our expenses are $8,403 a month.
Yeah.
For debt, we have $321,000 left on a 30-year fix and $16,000 left on a car loan.
Yeah.
And our savings are $64,000 liquid, $26,000 investments, and $219,000 in retirement.
And how are you going to pay for this?
Well, the trip's in a few months, so we're going to save up for it and pay for the rest of it out of our liquid savings.
So you're going to go under an 8-month emergency fund?
Slightly for a little bit.
A little bit. And do you know how I feel about 8-month emergency funds?
They're extremely important to you.
Really important. So therefore, with the utmost of love and respect, even though I know you love watching the Suze Orman Show every Saturday night, you have been approved, girlfriend. And the reason that you're approved is that it's your mama's 60th, and I know what it feels like to turn 60, and you are in your 30s, and look how much money you have saved. And I have no doubt that you're going to replace that $10,000 in just 3 months. So, girlfriend, you go, and you have a good time. Beth, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. Thank you for taking my call.
Anytime. Beth, what do you want to buy?
I would love to buy a beautiful 2011 ruby red Porsche Carrera. I love driving fast cars, and I've wanted one for 25 years. And I decided for my 50th birthday I was going to buy myself one, regardless of the fact that my husband hates spending money. And then he was forced to resign from his job before my birthday.
Oh, so he's not really making much money now, huh?
No.
No, so we'll have to look at that in a second, but $105,000 for a year-old car?
I know, but
$105,000 for a year-old car? Like,
It's
how fast can you go? How fast can you go? You can't even go 105.
I know, but it does do 170 if you want to.
If you want to, I would not want to be sitting next to you when you do 170 miles per hour. Anyway, show me the money.
Okay, we have income of $8,442 a month.
Where does that come from right now if your husband isn't working?
Dividends from stocks, interest, and rental income.
Got it. All right. So so let's see what you got here. Keep going.
Expenses are a little high. They're $19,689 a month.
Stop for a second. It's like going a little bit fast. It will go 170 miles an hour. All right. That's fast. Am I looking at $11,000 a month deficit in expenses from what you currently need?
Yes.
And at a time that you have $11,000 a month less than what you need, that is the time that you want to spend $100,000 on a car?
Yes.
Does your husband want you to buy this car?
Absolutely not.
Not. Keep going.
Okay, we own 2 homes outright.
Yep.
We have no debt.
So you have a good $1.8 million liquid. You have $3.8 million in investments, $700,000 in retirement. So that's all great, Beth. You are 50 years of age. So you're just simply, how are you going to pay for this? You're just going to take $100,000 right from your $1.8 million?
Yes.
Yes, and then you're just going to pay for it outright and then just hope that he gets a job and everything is okay, and you're not going to run at a deficit like this of $10,000 a month for much longer, correct?
Well, he is considering retiring and not going back to work.
I'm not even going to play this game anymore. Denied. If he's considered retiring and you are running at such a big deficit, you're going to go through this money faster than you have any idea. This is not the time for you to be spending $100,000 on a car when I don't care how much money you have. Just because you have it doesn't mean that it'll always be there. He had a job, now he doesn't have a job. Are you kidding me? No, you cannot do it. Cassie, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Cassie.
I really want to buy a Michelle watch.
A Michelle watch. Let me see it, girlfriend. Oh, it's cute, but $1,700 for a watch?
Yes, but I've never owned a watch before, so I'm thinking that if I got this watch, I would probably never buy another watch again for the rest of my life.
That isn't true. Once you buy a watch and you love watches, you buy another watch and another watch. There isn't anybody out there that I know that has bought one watch and they have never bought another watch, so that is a fallacy. Show me the money.
Okay, well, my take-home pay is $3,034 a month.
So there we go. So you're going to work half a month for this watch. Go on.
Okay, my total monthly expenses are $1,892.
Yep.
$465 of that is my rent.
Yep.
And then my debt is, I have $4,000 in student loans at 6.55%, and that's deferred.
Why is it deferred?
Because I'm in grad school right now.
You're in grad school right now, but you could be paying the interest on it. You could be paying it down, right?
Yes, I could.
You could be. Okay, keep going.
And then I also have a share secured loan at 3.35%, and that's $961.
And I see in savings you have $17,000, how much do you have in investments?
$5,000.
$5,000, $13,000 in retirement, and you're 24 years of age. How are you going to pay for this?
I'm going to take it out of my savings.
Guess what, girlfriend? No, you're not, because you're denied. You are denied. Oh, was that surprising to you? You have student loan that's in deferment. You don't have enough in emergency funds, really. You're short there. You do not need a $1,700 watch, but again, I told you I would not be making a judgment on that. Can't you just start with like a $200 watch that nobody even has a clue? Look at Michael Kors. Look at the watches out there. Really? Are you kidding me? $1,700 of a watch? No, you have been denied. People are losing it tonight on the Suze Orman Show, but not me. I'm staying calm. Gingy, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. Thank you for having me on your show.
Anytime, Gingy. What do you want to buy?
Well, I don't want to buy anything, but I want to take the summer off so that I can work on my music career and generate more income from DJing.
So it will cost you you're going to have to take, let me get this right, $3,000 in savings in order for you to just DJ all summer, because you're not going to be paid to DJ. Is that correct?
No, well, I'm going to make some income off DJing. I just don't know how much. I'd just be taking time off working like a regular job.
And do you work regular jobs during the day, and what do you do at night?
Well, during the year I work as an after-school DJ instructor.
Yeah.
And then at nighttime I do my gigs.
Your gigs, so why can't you do both? All right, but that's not the question. Show me the money.
Okay, Susie, my income is $1,900 a month.
Yep.
My expenses are $1,210 a month.
Yep.
And I have $13K in student loan and $155 in credit card debt.
Mm-hmm.
And I have $7,500 in savings.
How are you going to pay for this?
I'm just going to have to dip into my savings, I guess. But I feel like if I don't invest in myself now, then I don't know when I'm going to do this. And I feel like I need to do this because it's my passion.
So, Gingy, are you good at it?
I am good at it, Susie. I actually rap too, and I wrote a song for all the strong, independent women out there that I want to share with you.
Go for it, girlfriend. You go for it.
All right. Money is a tool to keep my dreams going. From my survival, I keep my income flowing. Self-sufficient artist, I gotta work the hardest. Change my game up, I gotta work smarter. I'm gonna save myself, control my destiny, because I don't wanna live in a state of dependency. Just want prosperity from cradle to grave. Face my fears so I'll never be afraid. She's a powerhouse, captain at the helm. She's a boss chick, the queen of her realm. Enjoy your money, ladies, and the blessings it brings. But remember, people first, then money, then things.
Yeah, I love that, and you are denied.
Oh.
I know. Let me tell you why, girlfriend. You're good. You just showed me that you were good. You don't need to take a summer off and go $3,000 into your savings to get even greater. You can, I don't care if you have to do this at 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if you have to work 24 hours a day. At your age, at 28, now is the time that you don't make it easy on yourself. You work, you work, you work. You get better, you get better, you get better. And then you're approved. Don't take money away from your savings that you don't need to under the guise that that's what you should do in order to be the best DJ out there. Got it? Good. Want to be part of the Can I Afford It segment? All you have to do is go to my website, SuzeOrman.com, and you'll find the information. Bam, 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 bam. Did you see me rocking and rolling there? Anyway, you'll find the information that you need to know there to come and play with me right here. Next, I tackle trending topics in Ask Suze. Do you have enough income to qualify for a new loan as well as keep the payments going? Because that's exactly what your new lender is going to look for. Do you? Welcome back to the Suze Orman Show. Here we are in the control room at the headquarters at CNBC. Now listen, there are so many ways for you to be part of the Suze Orman Show. Take a look at your screen. You can become a fan on Facebook. You can send me an email, suzeorman.cnbc.com, or you can tweet me. Just put hashtag Ask Suze and it will come right here. And if we choose it, we're going to answer it right on the air. Let's see what's trending right now. All right. Teen Marie 898 says, will it hurt my credit score to make my boyfriend, who I plan to eventually marry, an authorized user on my credit card? Well, here's the scoop. What is your credit score? Because if you have a bad credit score, I just want to say your credit score then will hurt his credit score. If you have a great credit score, if you add him as an authorized user to every single credit card that you have, it will help him. Now, if he goes out and he does something, does his actions hurt you? No, not at all. And guess what? If you don't marry him or whatever, oh, just take him off and everything will be great. Let's see what else people are asking. Hoya Saka, 1999. Do you think that's the year this person was born? Anyway, when switching credit cards, should I close old account first or wait for approval on new one, then close? Personally, I would wait for the approval on the new one and then close the old one. Why is that? When you close a credit card, you are closing down a credit limit. When you're closing down a credit limit, what happens to you is you may hurt your debt to credit limit ratio, which counts for 30% of your score. That then may hurt you from getting a new card. So if I were you, get the new card, get the credit limit, and if you need to, close down the old one. Hey, if it's not costing you anything, just leave that one open as well. Let's go to the Suze webcam. We're going to Chicago. Maria, girlfriend, what do you want to know?
Hi, Suze. My husband and I are living in a condo, and out of the 6 units, 3 have gone into foreclosure. We are basically looking to expand. We've had 2 children since we first moved in. Our condo is now worth less than half of what we paid for it, and we're basically wondering, should we stay put or let it go?
Here's the thing. Do you owe more on it than what it's currently worth?
Yes.
So you would have to do a short sale in order to move on, correct?
Correct.
to do a short sale to this day, even, Maria, regardless of what everybody's saying, you have to be behind on payments. If you are behind on payments, that ruins your credit score. If it ruins your credit score, it's going to be very difficult for you to purchase another place. Maria, let me ask you a question. What was your intention? Were you going to get rid of the condo that you have and buy someplace else, or were you going to get rid of it and rent another place?
Our initial thought was to probably buy something first and then let go of the condo.
Now, here's the question then, if you're going to do that. Do you have enough income to qualify for a new loan as well as keep the payments going? Because that's exactly what your new lender is going to look for. Do you?
We might. I mean, I think we could probably put down a substantial down payment, I think, on something newer.
All right, then here's the bottom line. If you're in a condo development that has 3 foreclosures, if you're in a condo development that isn't going the way that you want, then what I would do if I were you is I would buy another place. I would get that down. I would then stop making payments so I could do a short sale on the one that I currently have, and I would go on from there. Would I stay where I am? Would I expand it so to meet your needs? I don't think so, girlfriend. Now you know what I would do. All right, let's go back to the studio, and here's what's coming up next. Maureen asked me,
Susie, how are we doing? I think great. He thinks not so much.
so we have a little bit of a disagreement between you and your husband, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So not a little big? Is it big? Welcome back, everybody. Here you are. You're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. You're spending money, you're saving money, but are you going to attain your goals? That's what you need to know. So you need to know, how are you doing? And that's what this segment is all about. And tonight, Maureen wants to know, Susie, how am I doing?
Hi, Susie. My husband and I are in our 40s, married 17 years with 2 kids, 10 and 14. We're on opposite sides of the fence on how we think we're doing. I think great. He thinks not so much. Our goal is for him to retire in 17 years at age 65. We then sell our primary home and downsize. I would really love to have the time and money to be able to travel. Susie, how are we doing?
Hey, Maureen, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Susie. How are you?
I'm great, sweetheart. So we have a little bit of a disagreement between you and your husband, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So not a little big? Is it big?
No, we just never agree on finance.
So he thinks you should be saving more. You think you're doing fine. He thinks that you're not going to be able to retire in 17 years if you keep this up. Is that right? And you think you will.
That's correct.
All right. Girlfriend, let's see how much you really know about your numbers. You have $352,000 in retirement. You have $107,000 in an emergency fund. That looks pretty good. You have $44,000, almost $45,000 in investments. Your current homes, you have 2 of them. Their values are worth together $850,000. You have mortgage debt of $259,000. Maureen, can you tell me what your net worth is?
I believe it's about $1 million.
All right, so you got that right so far. How much do you think it costs you every single month to live?
I think I'd say about $7,000.
Your expenses are not $7,000 per month. They are almost $10,000 per month. So you have an excess of $965 per month, not the almost $3,000 per month or more that you thought you had in excess. Now, follow me here.
Right.
17 years from now, your vacation home will be paid off, correct?
Correct.
So the $9,800 a month in expenses that you have right now, about $2,000 of that is for the mortgage of that home. So let's bring your expenses down to $7,800 a month. If you continue to put the amount of money that you're putting into your retirement accounts, you will have $1.1 million in your retirement accounts.
Okay.
But after taxes, that is only going to generate for you about $3,000 a month in income. Now, we can add his $2,200 a month of Social Security onto that. Now we're at $5,200 a month. We're still almost $3,000 a month 17 years from now from meeting your goal. So if I were going to give you a grade for can you attain your goal, living the lifestyle that you want to live, keeping 2 homes, traveling the world, and doing everything, I would give you an F. You aren't even close. So first of all, I am so with your husband here, I cannot even tell you. You need to listen to him. So you're short. But if you're willing to make some changes in order to maintain your goal and achieve it, here is your way to an A. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here's what you need. You both need to do wills and trusts, number 1. You need to increase your term life insurance from $100,000 that you currently have to $1 million. He needs to increase his $600,000 of life insurance, his term insurance, to $3 million. You need to increase the amount of money that you are putting into retirement. You need to decide at the time he retires, do you want to sell the home and buy a littler one? Or do you want to sell that home, take all of that money, add it onto your retirement, and go and live at your house at the shore? Now you only have one piece of real estate, one set of expenses. You have extra money that you can now travel the world. You do not need 2 homes when you're in retirement mode when we're cutting it this close. That is your way to an A. If you stay doing things the way that you're doing it and not make one change at all, girlfriend, you have so flunked out of this, I can't even tell you. Up next, one more thing that I want you to know. I am asking you, do not waste these years. Don't make stupid decisions now thinking that you have all the time in the world. Welcome back to the Suze Orman Show. Well, that's almost a wrap for the Suze Orman Show. But before we go, oh yes, there is still one more thing that I want you to know. I'm sure you're out there, and many of you are 20, 30, 40 years of age, and you're thinking you're young, and you have lots of time to do anything that you want. So you can spend money, you don't have to save it, you can live life right now. I just want to say that now, given that I am in my 60s, I can tell you it will pass faster than you have any idea. I am asking you, do not waste these years of when you're younger, money to do this, to do that. Can you just start investing that money? Can you just start making it so that when you get older, you can live a life that is so great? Don't make stupid decisions now thinking that you have all the time in the world, because you just might not. You don't want to end up being like so many people that call into the Suze Orman Show saying, please help me, I'm in my 60s, 70s, and I don't have any money. So I want you to know that now is the time to start. Now is the time to get involved with your money. Now is the time to become powerful with every financial move that you make. Don't wait till later. Do it now. Now you know. But here's the other thing that I want you to do right now. I want you to remember that there's only one thing that matters when it comes to your money, and it is this: people first, then money, then things. See you next week, everybody. You stay safe. Bye-bye.